Hey, guys. It's me, Joe Gilligan. Today I'm going to talk about a controversial subject. I'm going to talk about basically monogamy. And bottom line, I'm talking about the real monogamy. I'm not talking about really commitment or committed relationships or relationships. I'm talking about the specific subject of monogamy, which is the single act of having just one simple sex partner. For either the rest of your life and the time being, and basically how I think it's unrealistic and it's a joke, or basically bullshit in a sense. Bottom line is, here's my opinion. Bottom line is, to me, it's mostly just about control. I mean, women will have you think that it's about trust, mainly, that it's about trust, and it's about feelings, and it's about emotions, and it's about and being emotionally invested and all that. Well, that trust is based, to me, the trust is mainly based on control. Once a woman knows that she's got you committed, usually if you're not married, it's the first time you tell her that you love her, she's like, okay, I got that cock and balls in my palm of my hand. Or once you sign on the dotted line, sign the marriage certificate, it's like, okay, I got this motherfucker. So it's really, in my opinion, it's about control. And it could be about trust. It's just like, I can't trust you anymore. Well, she can't trust you anymore. Well, this can go for the same for men too. She can't trust you anymore because she doesn't really have any power or control over you. You know? And that's kind of it. And that's the only way. That's really the only, when you look at it, that's really the only power a woman really truly has over a man. It's over his fucking dick, and it's over sexually. Other than that, you know, good luck. Unless you keep him on a leash or lock him up down in your basement, you ain't gonna really control his ass very much now, are you? Now that's the general concept of whether you agree or disagree, but I sort of see it that way, that it's not all about, I was emotionally invested and your trust is broken and I'm heartbroken and Yeah, you're heartbroken because you can't control the fucker anymore. Second thing is, it's just unrealistic, you know? And that's basically for biological reasons. I mean, think about it. Animals aren't even monogamous. Well, according to National Geographic or the Discovery Channel, there's one animal that practices monogamy, and that's the dolphin, assuming. But other animals, it's not like, and then I know, well, we're above animals. I go, yeah, but it still doesn't mean that we don't have those fucking, still doesn't mean that we don't have testosterone levels that shoot through the roof. Some men, they're higher, some men, they're lower. Obviously, if you've been watching my videos, I'm a little bit on the higher side, if you know what I mean. And, which controls your biological urge. Women have the monthly curse of a period, of a menstrual cycle. Men have what is called the testosterone curse, which is basically 24/7. So, sorry if I don't sympathize with women who have that time of the month. I wish I only had a time in a month where I got horny, and then the rest of the time it's just like, you know what, I don't need you bitches, you know? You know, but we gotta be raring to go in case you women want to get pregnant 24/7. You know? Anyway, but... it is, and it's just, I think it's kind of stupid because we have a general sociological and psychological concept because, well, we are human beings and we are evolved higher than the monkey or the chimpanzee and the ape and the dog and the frickin' rhinoceros who, you know, have these animal sexual urges, and we have the ability for logic and common sense and to reason and for emotions and for feelings and all that shit, and it's just like... And that is why we feel we're evolved and we're above all that, and we should, for that case, we should be sentenced to a life of just only one penis and one pussy, so to speak. Well, in a fairy tale or fantasy land, that might be kosher, or that might be lovely and sweet and romantic and endearing. However, here's the reality. Let's take monogamy and let's pull the sexuality. Let's just take the general definition. Sticking with one thing. Sticking with one particular thing, one particular item, or one particular person for the rest of your life. Do we practice any type of that general concept of monogamy in our everyday life? No, we don't. Do we have the same haircut? No, we don't. Do we wear the same clothes? Have you ever seen me wear this shirt anymore? No, I don't. This watch is fairly new. What else? What about foods? Do you have cereal every day for breakfast? Do you have pancakes every day for breakfast? I mean, how would you feel if I forced you from this day out, you're only going to eat lasagna for dinner for the rest of your life? Would you be happy? I can go on. Do you drive the same car that you did back in high school? Do you live in the same house? Okay, let's apply it with people. What about the friends you had in high school? I'm 46 years old. Do I talk to some of the guys, some of the girls that I talked to in high school? No. What about even in college? What about 5 years ago? 6 years ago, I traveled around the world. I met all kinds of people. Do I have their phone numbers? Do I have their email addresses? Do I have their addresses? Do I talk to them? Am I monogamous to them? No, you're fucking not. Think about it. Pick any other general concept. The house you live in, the car you drive, the way you dress, the what you eat, who you talk to, the job. What kind of jobs have you had? Do you have the same job that you worked back when you were 12, 13 years old? Oh, I rake the leaves in my daddy's yard. Oh, I mow lawns. Do you mow lawns for a living now? You did it for an allowance when you were 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do you do it now at the age of 4? Fuck no, you don't do it. Why? Because it's a shit job with shit money. Then when you evolved in high school and college, you probably worked at McDonald's or you worked at some retail fucking store. Do you do that now? No, it's a shit job. The same boss. Have you ever had a job where employees come and go? Have you ever had a job where this guy was your manager for a year, now this guy's a manager for a year? Oh my God. The changes throughout your life is endless. Sometimes you have control, sometimes you don't. The point is, it's unrealistic. You can't really be monogamous to any fucking thing in your life. The things you do have control is like the clothes you wear, a t-shirt, your makeup you wear, your hands, your fingernails, Have they always been this long? Whatever, any little fucking aspect. Are you starting to catch my drift? Some you don't when it comes to work. Who you're working with. Oh, I don't work with that guy because he got fired. Oh, I don't work with him because he quit. Oh, that manager got promoted. I don't work with him. So you're not going to stick with that manager. You're not going to always work with that coworker. Maybe you did a job and maybe part of your job was, oh, I used to work on this machine and move this material. Now they upgraded me. Now I'm doing stuff on a forklift. I'm working over in this department. I mean, some of the times you don't even have control with what change that goes in your life. Monogamy is basically an anti, if you really want to look at the general concept of monogamy, it's really an anti way of thinking to change. It's basically avoiding any type of change in your life or the concept of any sort of change. And if you talk to most human beings, they say, well, change is good. Well, not when it comes to when you're married or when you're having a commitment or when you're, involved or when a fucking ring, a ring is on your finger. But everything else is fine. You want to have pizza for dinner one night, then fucking hamburger the next night and pork chops the next night, that's fine. But you know what? when it comes to fucking Sally Sue on Friday night, then Cindy Sue on Saturday night, then Peggy Sue on Monday night. Well, the only thing they have in common, they're two name ends in Sue. But it's a different body, different person, and different pussy. And society just has a problem with that shit, don't they? So that's why, to me, it's unrealistic. And seriously, keep trying to think about every single aspect but the fact about when it comes to your sex, your pussy or your vagina. Everybody in this planet can accept change or doing something different or constant and wearing, will support it in a sense. Especially wearing different clothes. You wear the same clothes every day, people, it's like, wow, that's disgusting. Those need to be washed, or that's pathetic. Is that the only fucking outfit you weren't? Yeah. It's not only expected, it's wanted and all that. And, well, that's how maybe some men feel about women. It's like, God, I've been banging this dried up old fucking roast beef sandwich piece of pussy since I was like in my 20s. It's time for a change. I need younger, tighter, stronger, faster, the bionic woman pussy, But it's just ironic. It's just amazing. Not ironic, it's just fucking insane. It's amazing. Every other aspect of part of your life, society expects change except for the one thing when it's dealing with your organ. Nope, you need to stick with one. It's got to be one on one. So that's why, boys and girls, I think monogamy is bullshit. Now, that in mind, here are some characteristics to look for in people who I don't believe are ever going to be monogamous. Number one is bisexuals. If you were dating a bisexual female, girl who likes a little labia, hooter squeezing and honking and little labia clitoral licking, they are not necessarily going to be prone to monogamy. Then again, it could go the other way, especially if you're a bisexual male. Sorry, dude. If you're open to the fact of getting your dick sucked by a guy or sucking a guy's dick, you aren't going to really be faithful to another chick. But mainly, I agree with that concept, and especially with women, because lesbianism and bisexual and little kissy and touchy and little lipstick lesbian crap is so widely accepted now in our society, more so than man on man or bisexuality among men. As a matter of fact, it tends to be on the DL. It's like, shh, not to be spoken or heard of. So bisexuality is one sign that you need to look for in a mate if you want to definitely know whether somebody's going to be monogamous or not. Second thing is, a higher sex drive. And this girl has been a sex addict, porn star, is a prostitute for a living, or same thing with a guy. He's got like I said, higher level of testosterone and all this stuff. Chances are they're not gonna be faithful. And one of the many reasons why I think it's a little bit ridiculous is that why I think people cheat is because overall the basic reason is just variety. It's just a variety. It's the same reason why you change your clothes every day, change the way you look, change the car you drive, change the job, change colleges. The same reason why you do it in any other normal aspect of life. You want a fucking sense of variety. But mainly it's mostly about sex. You're not getting enough sex. You're getting too much. This person wants too much. This person wants too little. This person doesn't know how to perform this act. This person is not into that act. Like a person may not be in the anal. Well, I like fucking chicks in the ass. She doesn't take it in the ass. Well, I like girls that give blowjobs, but they got to do it good, and I like women that swallow. She can't suck a cock to save her life. She doesn't swallow cum. It's just little things like that will make people fucking cheat. And it's just a given. And it's not whether I justify it, it's just a fact. But it's funny. I might honestly logically say that there are more excuses, more reasons that I can come up with to be unfaithful to somebody than I can to be faithful. You want to know the reasons why I think somebody like you or me or all of you out there in YouTube land should be faithful to a woman or to a man? One reason: if you want to get married, have a family, build a home together. But actually, no. It's not necessarily. It just helps. It'll help your marriage. It'll help the construction of a nuclear family that you're trying to form in a house to be a functional person or functional family group in our society. But as you see time and time again with movies, like with TV reality shows like 16 and Pregnant, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, there's a lot of fucked up people in this world who don't give a shit about the Ozzie and Harriet and June and Ward Cleaver and their fucking image as a nuclear family on this planet. But I do think if that's generally what you want, you should be more, if there's any reason or excuse to get married, that would be it, if you want to form a family and have kids and all that. But monogamy, I guess, is sort of, it should be a little bit relevant, but sometimes it's irrelevant. Because God knows what your wife is going to do or what your husband's going to do. You could have a low sex drive, and next thing you know, 2 years from now, he's Mr. Limpy. He needs a bottle of Viagra to perform for you. Or it could be the other way around, guys. She used to slurp and suck that dick like there was no tomorrow. You signed the marriage certificate, popped out her first kid, and next thing you know, she suffers from tired lockjaws. And you got your last fucking blowjob when she was 9 months pregnant, or 6 months pregnant, or whatever. But you know what? That's just my philosophy. That's just my observation over the past 25 years of me dating, copulating, getting laid, being sexually active, watching human behavior, talking to married couples, talking to dating couples, talking to, swinging couples, because I used to dabble in that, in swinging. And, there you go. My opinion is based just on my experience. So, with that in mind, that's my overall theory. And it is crazy. It's just a crazy concept, monogamy. And this is just from some food for thought. It's just something that I think, some of you, maybe a lot of you out there, haven't really stopped and really actually thought about the overall general concept, that there's probably more reasons to cheat with somebody or to maybe not be faithful with somebody than there is to be. So just keep that in mind, and just remember, unless as long as you don't sign your life away or sign any fucking contract with anybody, male or female, your life is your own. And your life is free, and you can choose to do with, go where, be with, screw with, make love to, make out with, whoever you want. Okay? Hope this was food for thought. Until my next video, ta-ta for now, and I will talk to you later. Don't do anything I would do in the meantime.